My boss, Jake, at Jack's Bar in Lansing, passed away last week at the age of 26 from a heart attack. A super great sports fan. We will miss him, and we dedicate the show to him. And we'll play a clip from his appearance last year on the program. This week, Paul Konerko speaks out about the contending White Sox. They're good. Nate Jones, the young relief pitcher, has some thoughts. And Michael Jordan from 1993. All that this week. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, this is the 23rd year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You got to get to Kelly's Tavern for Benkowski Trivia at 44th and Wallace. Notice this quirk of schedule. I'm there on consecutive Fridays, August 17th at 8 p.m. and August 24th at 8 p.m. So check out Kelly's at 44th and Wallace. See ya. Want to get a haircut from a great hairstylist? Call mine, Rose Murillo, 312-726-2201. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Tanks at 124th and Western for good times with the Outdoor Beer Garden. They have beanbag games. They're open Monday through Friday at 10 a.m., Saturday and Sunday at noon. You can watch the Sox, Cubs, and a complete NFL schedule, daily specials at Tanks, 124th and Western.
Hi, my name is Rose, and I've been a skilled hairstylist for over 10 years. I specialize in men's haircuts and in corrective color. Come visit me at Salon 203 at 203 North LaSalle, 312-726-2201. And while you're at it, come in and get a shoe shine and a shave. It's a great place where a man can be a man.
Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, or during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did. We're back in the spotlight, and it's time to talk, and I'm going to call him my own nickname, the Professor. Some people call him the King, PK, but I think Paul Konerko is the professor of game preparation and doing things the right way, focusing and going through an intense routine to get excellent results as a hitter. And this is a guy who's been batting cleanup for this club for some time now and is chasing down Frank Thomas for the all-time leaders in a wide range of White Sox offensive departments. Paul, you can understand and you'll witness his deep thought about the hitting process and the preparation when we ask him about that, and also about the makeup of this team. And I ask about contrast between 2012 and the World Series champions of 2005. And I think you'll be interested in how he answers those questions.
I think there's no question being involved in a divisional race, a pad chase, whatever you want to call it. That helps you not notice that as much, because you're focused more on every game and every inning of every game, and you're a lot more dialed in, and that makes it go by in a different way than if you're out of it.
Paulie, so much always comes down to pitching these last few months. Do you think that's still the case in the division and everything?
Yeah, I mean, pitching, you need pitching to win, but we're going to face good pitching, and we have to hit that good pitching too, so I don't know how you rationalize that, but I mean, definitely I think we've been swinging the bats pretty well as a team. I mean, it's kind of been different guys contributing on different days. That's always good, because you feel like you can, you don't need a couple, these 2 or 3 guys to win. You feel like you can have different guys going to win games. We feel like if we just get good pitching we'll win some games because we feel like we can score some runs. But yeah, I mean, there's no secret every year. I mean, the teams that get into the playoffs and the teams that do well and all that, they don't do it with bad pitching. I mean, you can have bad pitching and maybe not make the postseason, but rarely do you see teams make the postseason without it. So, but our guys have been doing fine, giving us a chance to win and then some. So it's been a good 4 months as far as that goes so far.
Well, you guys had nice crowds the last 3 games against Minnesota. You're definitely going to have big crowds for sure the next 2 nights. Do we overstate the importance to you guys, how big the crowds are, and that it motivates you even a little bit more?
Yeah, I wouldn't say motivates us, but I think it definitely helps. I mean, as a player, all you can really do is compare it to when you're on the road playing in front of a bunch of people and and they're against you. It can definitely maybe sway something you might swing at or something you might do at the plate. Maybe a pitcher throwing strikes or something like that. So, the more we have that at our own place, the better. And it just provides more energy and. Like you said about the dog days of the summer and all that, when you're getting good crowds and people are coming, that helps you kind of get through that more because there's just a certain energy in the park every night. It doesn't exactly mean you're going to, everything's going to work out exactly the way you want it, but it definitely helps to have that extra little buzz going.
What would be some similarities or differences, if you'd rather point them out, from the 2005 team to this club?
Geez, that's a tough one. Well, I think this offense is much better than that offense as far as just being able to score runs at any time during the game and in any inning. It seems like we have a lot of guys that are having good years and it can happen at any time. That team was very good at manufacturing runs, though. I mean, that team, when we needed a run or 2 runs late, it seemed like that team could dig down. And obviously the pitching on that team was very good. But in a lot of ways it was similar to this team. And then when we hit the playoffs, for some reason we just got our hottest that we were all year in the playoffs. So that always helps when that happens. But that'd be nice if that happened again. But there's definitely a lot of similarities with the group itself, as far as chemistry and everybody getting along and having fun and kind of everybody has an equal voice to say whatever to whoever and joke around and definitely a lot of I see a lot of the same on that and those 2 teams for sure.
Paul, is the timing good for you guys coming home now, having won 7-9 on the road, and now you get a 9-game homestand here?
Yeah, we started playing well, I think, at home of late better. I think we've been doing a little better job. It's not something I think you consciously work on. Sometimes it just kind of works out that way. But yeah, you want to play well at home. We got I think 9 now here over this homestand. Hopefully we can use that to our advantage. You should always play better at home. You got your own facility, your own cages, your own training room, the whole 9 yards. So, but we got some good teams, coming in. So we got to be ready. And the thing about the American League, I mean, there's just no pushover. I mean, it seems like every night's going to be a battle, and all you can try to do is just, give them a battle back and see what happens.
Milano's Pizza at 109th and Western is the place to order from, like I do. Lasagna, chicken parm, Italian beef, and stuffed pizza besides the thin crust. They're open Monday through Wednesday at 3 p.m., Thursday through Saturday 11 a.m. and Sunday at noon. Call them at 773-445-4010. Come play in the area's classiest billiard center, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet Avenue in Munster, 2 blocks south of 8094. Selling the most famous names of pool tables and billiard equipment. Specializing in table recovery and moving of tables. A complete pro shop with the most brand names of cues and cases. Celebrating over 20 years. Excellence. Top billiard tables. The place where the action is. Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet in Munster. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. Bring your car to Quick Stop Muffler and Brake at 95th and Pulaski, and they'll fix it right. They also do shocks and struts, free estimates. Call them at 708-423-3700. They're very thorough in their work, and they have very competitive pricing. Quick Stop Muffler and Brake, 95th and Pulaski. We're back in the spotlight. We're in the dog days, the super heat of the baseball pennant race, and I would like to get a little feel from you about your early days in baseball. If I got a feeling you may have played in the Kentucky area, so you're familiar with the intense summer heat and playing ball in all conditions.
Oh yeah, I mean, I played everything back home in Kentucky, from t-ball to knot hole to high school ball and those summer leagues. I mean, it's a grind during summer, but we always loved playing, and I always loved playing, so it's always been fun.
Now, I was surprised. One of your teammates, Addison Reed, told me that he grew up being a fan of closers, and I'd never heard that before. I'm going to guess maybe you liked other position players or starting pitchers.
Yeah, I mean, I was just a fan of the game, so I liked a lot of guys. I mean, especially growing up, the Reds was the closest team to us, so we liked Chris Sabo and Barry Larkin and King Griffey Jr. And I even told Adam Dunn, like when I got in high school and stuff, and he played for the Reds. I mean, we rooted for him and Austin Kearns in the outfield. So
did he say that they'll make me feel old?
No, he didn't say that. But I mean, he was pretty pumped about it, and I was pretty pumped to be playing with him.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting team, and of course now Larkin in the Hall of Fame. You probably got a kick out of seeing that.
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, it's great for us as being fans, growing up watching him, that he gets to be in the Hall of Fame.
As you progressed through baseball, when did you start pitching more and doing other things less? And when did you know that you were on your way to full-time pitching?
I guess it had to be when I was in college. I got a scholarship just to be a pitcher at my high school. When I didn't pitch, I was playing the position that the whoever was pitching. If the third baseman was pitching, I played third. If shortstop was pitching, I played short. And the right fielder was pitching, I'd play right. And then I got that scholarship for college just to play, just to be a pitcher. And so that's when I started to realize maybe this is going to be the best for me.
And a couple, 3 years into it, that's when you got drafted?
Yeah, yep. I went to a 4-year school at NKU, and I got drafted after my junior year in 2007.
And so was it a steady rise through the minor leagues to get to this point?
Yeah, I mean, I was, I was at one stop per year. I'd stay at rookie ball the whole year, and then low A, and then high A I stayed there for I think I stayed there 2 years, and then last year I made it to double A, and then I made the team out of spring training, so I skipped triple A. But yeah, it's been a slow, steady rise, and I'm proud of it. It took a lot of hard work and just trying to make the most of it.
Exactly. Who are some of the people that are in this locker room now that you spent some minor league time with?
Well, my locker buddy right here, Addison Reed, and Hector Santiago, he just got sent down, but me and him have been on the same team every year. So we got to come up together. I played with Septimo, and trying to think of anybody else. I think that might be Escobar. We traded Escobar, but played with him, and Beckham my first year, and Jordan Banks. I played with him as well, so I've known a lot of these guys for a while.
Yeah, it's there's a strong youthful element to this club, no doubt, more than almost any contender I think I've ever seen. What about that? What about the idea that this club is exceptionally young with some core of vets? Do you think that will hurt or help you as you go down the stretch drive?
I mean, if you've been keeping track of us all year, I mean, you can see it just nothing but helps us. I mean, we got I think the right amount of young guys and the right amount of veterans. Everyone in this clubhouse just tries to help each other out. Like the vets seeing us doing something or, can help us out a little bit. They're not afraid to come over and be like, hey, this is what happened to me. I was in that same situation. This is what I did, and this is what I learned from it, So I think it's going to do nothing but help us for sure.
Give us a particular tip you got from an older pitcher about something that they saw you do in a game.
It had to come from down in the bullpen, Matt Thornton and Jesse Crane. I mean, they're nothing but full of information. And the first thing when we got here, they said, just stay within yourself. It's it's a different level, but it's the same game. The plate's still 60 foot 6 inches. He said, stay within yourself and do what got you here. And I think that is a pretty big piece of advice for like those young guys, first year here and first time here. Just stay within yourself and pitch your game.
Well, there have been some interesting parallels between you and Addison. And the games I do watch, I am amazed sometimes you come into some pretty pressure back situations, bases loaded, 1 out, sometimes no outs, and, Robin hands you the ball, and then, it's party time, and, a lot of times you do get out of it unscathed, and that must be a tremendous feeling walking off the hill to keep those runners from coming in.
Oh, yeah, it is. No doubt about it. Like, anytime you could help the team win, stay in a position to win, it's a great feeling. But, we get put in those situations, and it's no different from starting off the inning. You got to come in there, attack hitters, and throw strikes, and that's the biggest part of it. It's just throwing strikes and letting the defense do their work.
Yeah, exactly.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta. Great donuts and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. George's Sports Bar is not a secret anymore. 5407 West 95th Street, just a couple of blocks off Central. They have $1 Bud bottles Tuesday and Thursday, $1.50 domestic Sunday and Wednesday. They have a DJ on Friday. They have golden tea, and they have a very cool mini bowling alley at 5407 West 95th. Get there. Come play in the area's classiest billiard center, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet Avenue in Munster, 2 blocks south of 8094. Selling the most famous names of pool tables and billiard equipment. Specializing in table recovery and moving of tables. A complete pro shop with the most brand names of cues and cases. Celebrating over 20 years. Excellence. Top billiard tables. The place where the action is. Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet in Munster. My boss, Jake from Jack's, is no longer with us, but he sure enjoyed appearing on camera and describing the Bears. And here's an example of that from last year. So as the game ticks down in the final 5 seconds, one of the biggest Bears wins we've seen in some time. We've all enjoyed it here at Jack's. From the opening minutes to the closing finale, it was all Bears tonight. Reintroduce yourself to everybody and say some of the things you like best about it.
I'm Jake. I'm a manager here at Jack's, and this was a hell of a win tonight. Great game. Devin Hesser, as I'm sporting his jersey right here, the Windy City Flyers, I like to call them. Big return, couple of touchdowns, had a huge game, and they really played well. Blocking was good, gave Cutler a lot of time, so it was a great game tonight, and a lot of people came out, so I was really happy with that. So
yeah, it was really good in a lot of areas. The defense was solid, pulled off a rare safety, just an important divisional game to win, and also, like you were talking about your crowd, we're starting to see that building crowd, and you had a nice little food spread out there.
Yeah, we had a good buffet for the late games. Next week is noon game, so we'll be back with our breakfast buffet. So we have that. But on the late games and late afternoon games, we put out a halftime. We had hot dogs tonight and fries. People seem to enjoy it. So yeah, things are picking up here. We're getting a lot of people for the Bears game, so it's really good.
Well, magical things happen when they win, and we'll be here next week, not only for the football game, but trivia. And watch your schedule to get here on the correct Tuesday for trivia at Jack's as well. We're dedicating a tournament, the Jake Summer Tournament, for the next 6 weeks at Jack's. So come out every Tuesday and play in Jake's memory.
I eat the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area, meet people, have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
Demitas Coffee. Delicious, wholesale, top-quality coffee. Roasted to order for ultimate freshness. 2 to 4 days to completion. A great variety of custom blends with low minimums for purchase. You can reach them and find out more at DemitasChicago.com. I love Demitas Coffee, and you will too. Wholesale, top-quality coffee. Find out more information about it at DemitasChicago.com. Lindy's Chili, Gertie's Ice Cream at 110th and Kedzie has it all. From fresh-made burgers, fries, hot dogs, chicken, turkey, Polish, shrimp, tuna, barbecue, ham, tamales, quesadillas. They've got salads and plenty of ice cream with sundaes, banana splits, and seasonal favorites. Get all these things at Lindy's Chili, which is where I start, but I always get a little something extra, at 110th and Kedzie. We're back in the spotlight, and now it's time to talk Blackhawks. Going back to last Thursday, the Blackhawks squared off against the Buffalo Sabres, a team with tremendous firepower. Turned out the story in the first period was their goaltender, Grant Fuhr, with repeated stop after a tremendous save. And another great one, too. Fine work by Grant Fuhr in the nets to keep the Sabres competitive through the first period, and then it was time for offense. This one made it 3-1. Buffalo in control. Then the incomparable Alexander Mogilny, 4-1 Buffalo. But that wasn't all. Dale Hawerchuk, 5-1. Then the Hawks were back in the comeback trail. Brent Sutter, and the Hawks were down 3. Stefan Matteau in the right place at the right time. And the lead was cut to 2. Then late in the period, Jeremy Roenick brings the Hawks to within 5-4, but it was too little too late. Buffalo wins it, and we talked to the NHL's leading scorer.
You know, it'd be a great honor. You know, it's unfortunate circumstances with his illness. What I'm happy about is that he's healthy and he's back. In Montreal at the All-Star game, he did tell me that he said, Pat, he says, I asked him how he's doing. He said he's feeling well. I said, that's great. He says, well, I'll give you a little bit of a lead, then I'll come take you on. And he's definitely a man of his word, and I'm just happy he's healthy. And, you know, it'd be a great honor. There's, you know, I think any player in this game would say that, but there's still, we got 10 games left, and we'll see what happens.
It can't be accepted. We're not going to carry on in playoffs if we play that way.
Where were the breakdowns defensively?
Well, the bottom line is that tonight's history, and we got to go into New York in a positive frame of mind, and we got to get ourselves ready and go in there and play hard and win a hockey game. And every game from here on in is critical games. You know, everyone's looking at standings. Sure, they're important, but the bottom line is playing well and getting your team going for playoffs. And you know, we got to get going. We got to take that extra step and get up on that ladder and get going.
After being in the front as long as you have been, it'd be a damn shame to see it go away here.
Well, we're not thinking like that right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I mean,
well, we don't even talk about it in here. You guys shouldn't either.
How frustrating is it, Jeremy, when you guys had as many chances as you did, especially in the second and third period, and weren't able to cash in and just went behind?
Grant played a good game. He played a strong game. He seems to sometimes play well against us and make those key saves, and he kept them into the game pretty well.
I don't know. I think of late we've just been holding back, and we're a team that's got to play 60 minutes, and especially in our building, because teams are intimidated coming in here. But on the other hand, they do know that they're playing a first place hockey club, and also we were in the Stanley Cup Finals last year, so a lot of teams got things to prove when they come into here.
So let's tell you a little bit about what's going on in this week's show. First, we're going to start with the Bulls. The story of the return of the Orlando Magic. And even though Shaquille kind of had his own way the last time Orlando came to town, that was slightly altered this time around.
The Magic hung close in the first half with great plays by the dominant Shaq and by his buddy Laterial Green with a tremendous drive here. But Michael Jordan countered with some great help from Scottie Pippen and even John Paxson beginning to contribute. And it was still relatively close at the half. But then the Bulls put on the afterburners in the third quarter. Tremendous plays. Look at Horace Grant with this block leading to the three by BJ. Scotty with some cleanup, and Scott Williams too. And the Bulls go on to win handily. First we talk to Michael Jordan.
Patrick didn't come in with the flair that he's come in the league with, and certainly he does not get that. He did not get the treatment that Shaquille is getting, and it's just when you talk about remarkable athletes, they said it many years about me, now they're saying it about him. So I can certainly understand the complaint, seeing both sides of it now.
Too much respect for a rookie from the refs?
Well, I mean,
you got to earn it, don't you?
I mean, you got to earn it, but certainly sometimes these athletes are getting better and better that you can't assume. You got to be actually sure in terms of what you see, and evidently some of these eyes are getting a little bit slow reflexes.
Michael, is everyone getting testy right now? The referees, the players, you said the fight that happened the other day. Are players getting testy right now because you can't wait for the playoffs to begin?
Well, I think everybody's jockeying for position, jockeying for types of play that's going to be expected and certainly look for in the playoffs, referees, teams, whatever. And, you got a little bit more rust, a little bit more friction there, and you got to stay on top of it. Referees got to stay on top of it, and certainly teams got to stand up for what they believe in and the type of basketball they want to play.
Michael, you came out looking to pass, it looked, as a first option early in the game. Why was that?
It was just just the mood that I was in, I guess. I really felt that the other guys really got off well offensively, and I could sense from the beginning that I was a focal point, and I didn't want to press the issue. I just wanted to see how well we can respond, knowing that they were going to focus on me. And the team responded well, and it really didn't call for me to do anything out of the ordinary. And I basically laid back and let the guys do the work, and I contributed in other areas.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think I said anything to get a technical. I mean, I walked by him and I said it, plain as day. I said, hey, Ronnie, what did I do? Lay a finger on him? I just thought he got the ball and tripped, and they called the foul. I didn't understand the foul, or it was never justified, and he never answered my question. He just gave me a technical.
Was your frustration from that play alone, or had it been building for the whole game?
From a lot of things. I mean, I'm just out there trying to play. I mean, 7 minutes, 4 fouls. I mean, Scott had got one, Bill had got a couple, and like I stated earlier, somebody had asked the question that Shaquille's complaining he's getting a rookie treatment. I mean, I wish I could get that kind of treatment, and I'm in my 5th year.
He had gotten an out-of-bounds call going in his favor just a second before that foul. Did that have anything to do with it, or were you thinking about that? Or?
No, not really. I just go out there and try to play hard, and it doesn't seem like I get the respect from the officials. I mean, I don't know if it just seems like ever since that Milwaukee series,
This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop. Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.